Today I want to talk about something that I think sits at the heart of sustainable leadership. How do we notice when we've stayed in momentum for too long, even when we're enjoying ourselves? This is my fourth video in my series on Great Leadership Starts with Self-Leadership. And first I want to start with some good news, which is I had my final chemotherapy session 2 weeks ago. And now I've only got 3 weeks of radiotherapy left to go. And one of the things that people find quite surprising is that I've worked throughout my treatment, albeit at a reduced pace, and I've loved my work. It's given me purpose and connection, energy, and that's exactly why this lesson has been so important for me. This morning, I'm sitting here and I've been working for about 2.5 hours. And I've been completely absorbed in what I'm doing, enjoying myself in flow. And then I just noticed something. I've got a slight headache and I'm feeling a bit achy and a bit tired. And it would be so easy to ignore those signals and just keep going. But I tell myself, pause. And one of the things I've learned throughout this experience is that some of the moments when I most need to pay attention aren't actually when I'm struggling, they're when I'm thriving. So I've developed a habit and it's asking 4 questions throughout the day. Not because I feel stressed, but precisely because I don't. Have I moved today? Have I been outside? Have I drunk enough water? Have I paid attention to my breath? And right now the answers are no, 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 and no. So I'm going to go outside. So I've come outside and I'm opening my ears and I can hear the birds singing and a lawnmower going off in the distance. I've taken my shoes off and I'm pressing my feet and my toes into the slightly damp grass, feeling the texture of that, feeling the earth, and taking a deep breath in and I can get a sense of the floral sense of the flowers that are all around me and spring that's exploding. And I feel connected and present. So now I'm back at my desk and after only a few minutes outside, I can really feel the difference in my body. I feel much better. And that really makes me wonder how often I push through when my body is giving me signals to pause. And if I'm honest, I probably left it a little bit too long today, so it really is a continuous learning process. So my goal isn't to create moments of rebalance when I need them, it's to create those moments before I need them. And coming through chemotherapy feeling remarkably well and vital didn't happen by accident. It's been a practice of noticing, coming back, forgetting, noticing again, coming back again, and it hasn't always been about getting outside. Sometimes that's just not been possible. And so in those moments, I just pause and reconnect with the here and now, to my breath, stand up and stretch, listen to the sounds coming through the window, study the books on my shelves, or simply rub my thumb and index finger together and pay attention to the texture of my fingerprints. The practice is always the same. Interrupt the momentum, come back to the present moment and give my nervous system a moment and a chance to reset. I've realized that when I'm deeply engaged, I can stay activated for hours without noticing, and it's because I feel good. The problem isn't how engaged I am with my work. The problem is if I never interrupt that momentum. Research shows that prolonged stress can impair some of the very capacities that we as leaders rely on most, such as clear thinking, emotional regulation, presence, connection. And because our nervous systems influence each other, it doesn't just stop with me. The state I'm leading from influences the nervous systems of the people around me, which means this isn't just about my well-being, it's about my impact, which means that what can look like self-care is actually a leadership practice. At least it is for me. So the question I want to leave you with is this: where might you need to interrupt the momentum?